Hey guys, today is February 6, 2018, and I'm filming this as a little intro to a video that I filmed last year, I believe it was in May, and I wanted to give you a couple of little updates on the video. I rewatched the video myself recently to relaunch a product that wasn't doing so well, using the strategy that we talk about in this video that you're going to watch. And the results were amazing. The ranking was crazy. We moved a lot of inventory in a very short amount of time. And our advertising cost was very, very low. We actually worked out this Facebook ad so that the average cost per click was less than 5 cents, which is unheard of. I mean, you can't get those results doing Amazon sponsored ads, pay-per-click ads, Google ads, or a regular Facebook ad. So watch this video. I've edited down a little bit of it, and I'm going to put in some little notes at the bottom as you're watching it for any changes that have been updated since May of last year. So I hope you enjoy it. The main thing is this is how to rank your product, how to boost a product, how to launch a product if it's brand new using Facebook ads, specifically their offers. So enjoy.
This is a business page, meaning I have set it, well, Chelsea set it up, of course, but years ago we set up this page and it's a business page. You don't have to have any activity on it, but you have to have a page that's set up as a business. As you can see down here, this is a health and wellness website, right? So this is not a group, this is not a community, this is a business page. So it asks me to log in using my business manager. You have to have this page set up for your company, or this whole thing I'm about to show you won't work. Okay, so if you don't have a business page set up, stop the video, go set up a business page. I'm not going to walk you through how to do it. There's a million YouTube videos on how to set up a business page that you can watch for free. All right, so the first thing we want to do, and I need to give you a little bit of theory about what we're trying to achieve here. We are trying to find a high volume keyword for your product. So let's use dog collars. I'm going to find one that looks like it's not a big brand. This one doesn't look, it's a big brand. I don't sell dog collars. I don't really know anyone that's selling dog collars, so I'm going to click on this. Dog collar, let's actually do another little step here. If we are searching within all categories and you type in a word like dog, you will see that Amazon's going to give you some suggestions, okay? And these suggestions are based on what Amazon customers type into that little search box the most. So dog bed, dog treats, dog harness, dog crate, dog food, dog collar, nail clippers. The reason Amazon is suggesting these is because these are common searches, so they're trying to make shopping easier for their customers, right? But they're also making keyword research easier for you, the seller. So you can tell what are the highest volume keywords here. So if I'm selling dog collar and I type in the word dog collar, this is going to tell me pretty much which keywords are the highest ranking. So obviously dog collar is the big one, and then you've got all these other ones, right? So if I'm trying to rank for, and I can verify that, by the way, using something like merchant words, which is not 100% accurate, but it's close enough where I can get a good idea of which keywords are ranking the best. So just to kind of give you an idea, I'm going to throw in the word dog collar. I'm going to search. And I know there's other keyword tools out there, guys. I'm not saying merchant words is the best one. Don't come to me with a million questions about, you know, which is the best keyword tool? Is it Helium 10? Is it keyword this? Is it, you know, spy, blah, blah, that? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Use whatever tool you use and search for the keyword that you're trying to rank for. One of them, if you're not sure which one it is, type in one of them, in our case, dog collar. And then what I do is I always sort by highest volume descending. So this is pretty obvious. Dog collar is like 4 times the next one. Okay, so we're going to choose that in this example. I want to rank for dog collar, meaning if someone types in the word dog collar, right, that's the keyword that we're trying to rank for, I want my product on page 1 because there's so much more traffic for that keyword per month than any other keyword. If I can get to page 1, I'm going to make more sales. Another little side note here, only do this for your listings that are already converting well. Okay, and that's just kind of a, if you haven't seen my other videos on listing optimizations, go to badassbusinessbuilders.org, sign up for our free membership, look at my other videos on listing optimization. You have to get your listing optimized. I'm not going to go over what that means here, watch the other videos, but you have to optimize your listing. You need to know what a properly optimized listing is, a well-built, properly optimized listing, and what a good conversion rate is. Generally speaking, you don't want to be converting less than 15%. Unit session percentage, that's the conversion rate, unit session percentage should be 15% or more to be converting enough where it's worth spending some money to rank. So back to the theory, we want to rank on page 1 for that big keyword. If I can get more traffic, I'll make more sales. Pretty straightforward. So I've determined what keyword I want to use. A typical keyword, super URL is someone types in the keyword, finds your listing, boom, clicks on it, boom, and then snags that URL. That's called a super URL. We're not doing that. Amazon punishes you, right? Because there's always a reference and a timestamp in there and all kinds of stuff, and Amazon knows it's not a real search. However, there's a newer kind of like, this is all the craze right now, type of super URL, and it's called a storefront super URL. So let's use this example. I think we're on this one. Let's go to this product page, and it says, you know, sold by this company. We're going to click on whatever it says the company that's selling it, whatever that company is down by the sold by area, not up here, okay? But down here, I know they're the same, but just trust me on this. Find that link, click on it. That's going to take you to this sort of about that seller page. It gives you all their seller feedback. It gives all their policies. You can contact the seller. Sometimes they even have a phone number here to contact seller support or customer support. But what you're looking for is this link here called the storefront. All right? And if you're a seller, you need to know how to get to your own storefront, so that's what I'm showing you. This is that seller's storefront. By the way, this is probably the link you should promote in all of your marketing. If you're driving people to buy your products, you want to drive them to your storefront because you only want them looking at your products, right? Instead of driving them to a single listing, drive them to the storefront. Now, as you can see, instead of it says all up here, instead of it saying all, it says Warner Sporting. So that is now we're searching within this storefront instead of within Amazon. We're just going to paste in our keyword and look what comes up. They have a bunch of dog collars, don't they? But we could still use this URL. This is called the storefront super URL. As you can see, it's got the storefront up here, and then it says field keywords equals dog plus collar. So that is called the storefront super URL. It's a very powerful URL. If you drive traffic through this URL and it converts, okay, that's a very important caveat there. It has to actually convert. That traffic will usually generate or result in a huge boost in keyword ranking for that keyword. And it's all, by the way, it's all relative. Don't ask me like how many units do I need to move to get to page 1. So this is the storefront super URL. Generally speaking, most people watching this video are not going to have this many results, okay? Because you're going to have a much smaller storefront. You'll probably have 1, maybe 2 products that have that keyword in it. Does that make sense? So copy this. I name the product like some kind of an abbreviation, boost launch, Facebook offer, and then I give a date. All right, and then I put the super URL that we just copied, right, or storefront super URL. The next thing you want to do is have a title. So this is the one that was kind of taught in the course. Although he recommends, and actually after testing this several times, I've done a bunch of these ads now, 50% off is not a good enough discount to move enough inventory usually, unless this is already a very hot item, right? So a spiralizer, it's easy to move them at 50% off. If it's a new dog collar and there's a million of them for sale, it might be a little tougher. You should generally offer around 70 to 80% off would be my suggestion. So the title that I've been using is blank % off Amazon today with exclusive coupon. You're using Amazon for credibility. You're not saying the product here. You're using the word Amazon because that's a credible source. They're now identifying you as Amazon. You're not saying you're Amazon. You're just saying you're using Amazon to position yourself to that level of credibility. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to log into your business manager. If you don't have a business manager account, go create one. I'm not going to walk you through it. Again, there's free YouTube videos on that, but you have to have a business manager page, which gives you access to your ads manager, right? So basically they need a little bit of information about your business. You need to link it to that page that you created over here, and you need to have a credit card on file so they can bill you, all that good stuff. So make sure you've selected Ads Manager, and then you're going to create a new ad over here. Now this part's very important. This is where it differs from Mike's video. So choose traffic, give it a quick little name so it makes sense to you. We can call it dog collar 70% off 100 units or something like that, right? Whatever you want to call it. Okay, then you're going to go to this page. You're going to want to name the actual ad set. So by the way, if you don't know much about, I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of theory on how Ads Manager works. It's a pretty complicated website. It takes some getting used to. You've got campaigns, ad sets, and ads. Campaign is a unified effort to achieve a certain end. Okay, that's what the definition of a campaign is. Go look it up in the dictionary. Then your campaign can have multiple ad sets, and each ad set can have multiple ads. I don't use Facebook ads very much, so I pretty much just do one campaign, one ad set, one ad. It's all one freaking ad. But that's just the way it's set up on Facebook, Ads Manager. So first we're going to give this a name. Usually I'll just name it the same thing, whoops, that I named the campaign. So I'm not going to type it out, but you get the idea. All right, we want website traffic. Now here is where you need to pay really close attention. See where it says offer? Drive more traffic, blah, 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 blah. You actually have to turn that button on. It's defaulted to off. So most people would miss this. You also have to select the correct account. So you need to make sure you click the correct business page. All right, we're going to create an offer. Now what an offer is, this is pretty new to Facebook. And you can create an ad on Facebook for years, but an offer, what we're actually doing is Facebook is now allowing e-commerce sellers like me to create an offer within Facebook and upload single-use promo codes into Facebook, and Facebook will actually spit those out to their customers and email them and remind them, hey, go use this offer. And so it's all internal within Facebook. You don't have to deal with the email traffic. You don't have to link them to a landing page and then go to some coupon spitter outer type thing. Facebook does all that for you. It's pretty awesome. All right, so here we're going to go back to our Word document, and we're just going to copy and paste whatever we've written. So our title's going to go here. Details, I call it description, they call it details. You can change that if you like. It's going to go here. I'm not going to read all this. You can figure it out yourself. I'm not going to go into too much theory. This is the end date. All right, so obviously it's going to start immediately. I try to go 3 to 4 days from the start date, and that's it. I don't want to run a whole week-long ad. It's just too much money. I want to do like 50 or 100 units within a couple, 2-3 days, 4 days at the most. And the reason being is twofold. One, it shows scarcity, it shows time scarcity, and it shows number of offers scarcity. If they have a short amount of time to receive this offer, they like act now or you'll forget type of thing. Also, when they claim this offer, they're going to get an email from Facebook, not from you, from Facebook, that says, here's your offer. This offer expires on, June 4th at, arbitrarily, I like to set this at 8 p.m. Central Time. I'm in the Central Time Zone. So that's 6 p.m. PST or 9 p.m. Eastern. Your offer is going to expire on June 4th at 8 p.m. So you have 3 days to use this offer. If this is a week-long or 2-week-long ad, A, you're going to spend more money because it's running, it's going to get more clicks, whatever. And then two, or B, you're giving them too much time to forget about it. So in this way, Facebook follows up with them, sends them a couple email reminders, and I want that fresh in their mind. I don't want this, because obviously this is, anyone scrolling on Facebook that sees this ad, this is an impulse buy, right? And you want them to still be in a pretty fresh state of mind and to go actually buy the product, because they're just going to get this offer code. If you wait a week and then they get a follow-up email from Facebook, by then they might not be excited anymore and they go, yeah, I don't really want that thing anyway. Forget it. So I try to keep it 3 or 4 days. 8 p.m. end time. We want online and in-store. I'm not going to explain what all that means. Go watch Mike's webinar. Click both. Promo URL. You're just going to copy this guy. This is your super URL that we just created. And then it says, do you want no code, do you want one code, or do you want unique codes? Of course you want unique codes. These are single-use promo codes. All right? You're going to download a template. It's going to be called Facebook Offers Discount Codes Template. Only it won't have the codes already in it. It'll just be blank. And what you want to do is you're going to go create coupon codes and you're going to paste them in here. In your Manage Promotions area, and if you don't know how to get here, go learn how to use Seller Central. Fine. Click on or hover over Advertising Promos, right? Create new promotion. That's what you do. And then you get to this page. So how you want to set up your promotions is you have this at 1. You're going to select one product that you are going to promote. You know how to do that. It's defaulted a percentage off. So this is a percentage off your sale price, okay? So whatever your current price as advertised on Amazon is right now, do the math, figure out what discount you want to give. So if we normally sell it for $20 and we want to sell it for $10, I would offer 50% off, okay? I'm sure you know how to do that kind of math. It's pretty simple. Applies to purchase items, leave that alone. You're going to set an end date here, as we already talked about, and I'll just make it the exact same end date and time as we did on Facebook. I just got a kiss from my wife. An anniversary kiss. That was nice. Here, I'm going to probably call this campaign, or the internal description, the same thing that I called the campaign over here, right? So whatever you called that campaign on that first campaign objectives page, you'll just copy and paste that here. In this case, I think we called it like dog collar 50% off 100 units. And then I'll call it like Facebook boost. And I usually like to put a date in there too. So 6/1/17, something like that, okay? You can call it whatever you want. That's just my I'm used to doing it that way. I always just use the exact same title here and here. Now, very important. Step 3, you have to choose single-use coupon codes. This is not a group code. It's not one code that you're blasting out to everyone. These are single-use group codes. One redemption per customer is already pre-selected, but double check so that people can't use the same code twice and buy out all of your inventory. Make sure there's no promo code because it's a single-use code. You're not going to have a mother code or a master code. It's preset on exclusive, and I would leave it that way. Exclusive means when the customer gets your promo code, they cannot use that code with any other code. It also means if they add something else to their cart, so let's say I'm buying a dog collar, and in that same trip to Amazon, I also threw a thing of mouthwash in my shopping cart, that code won't work. And then you'll have people saying, hey, your code didn't work because it's trying to take 50% off of dog collar plus mouthwash. And the mouthwash is from a completely different seller. It has nothing to do with this promo. It's not going to work because it's an exclusive code. So companies like Viral Launch encourage you to do unrestricted. Fine, if that's what Viral Launch wants you to do for their program, then follow their instructions. For this, I always use exclusive, and the reason being is I have been screwed before because we have other promos running simultaneous to this, and I don't want people to combine this promo code with some other promo code that could be a Memorial Day sale, 20% off, and they combine it 50% plus 70% equal, or plus 20% is 70%, and maybe there's some other code floating out there for 30% off. They combine all three, they get 100% off. They add a whole bunch of units to their thing. Boom, I'm out of inventory. That's happened to me before. So I suggest using exclusive codes. That's just my experience. It makes me feel a little bit safer. It helps me sleep at night. Customized messaging will be unchecked, which is how you want it. And that's defaulted when you have a single-use code. If I click on group, it'll be checked. What that means is there will be this display text on a person's listing. We don't want this displayed on our listing, so single-use promo codes don't have any display text. Okay? If you don't understand what that means, there's plenty of other videos on it. But basically, this is how you want it set up. Single-use, one redemption per customer, exclusive. Just make sure those three things are in place, and you're good to go. Click review. And if you're offering, by the way, little side note, if you're offering like a high level discount, like let's say 80% off, everything else is the same. Start date must be 4 hours in the future. Fine, let's make it for tomorrow morning at 1 a.m. If you have a deep discount, like 80%, let me show you what happens. You get this warning. Alert, the promotion you've entered will result in a discount of greater than 70%. If this discount amount is correct, click submit, blah, blah, blah. They're giving you a warning. I don't know where 70% comes from, guys, but it does make me a little bit suspicious that there's something about the 70% number where Amazon is warning you, hey, you're about to give more than 70% off. I would like to think that they're doing it for altruistic reasons, like they don't want you to lose money, or hey, you know, your Amazon FBA fees plus blah, blah, your cost of goods is going to result in a net loss on the sale. But I'm starting to think that maybe it's because if you offer more than 70%, then the reviews that come in from that won't stick. I don't have any proof. That's just my kind of conspiracy theory. Okay. So they say basically review all your stuff. If you're okay with it, you submit it. Now I'm not going to actually submit it because I don't really want to create this promo code. So I hope you were paying attention and taking notes. Okay, so now you're going to go to manage your promotions and you're going to grab whatever promo code that you just created. Let's say it was, let's use a real one. No, none of them are here anymore because they're all expired. Good me. Let's say it was this one, okay? So you're going to go to Manage Claim Codes, and you're going to enter your group name, and I usually call it that same name we've been using for everything, right? Whatever it is. Dog collar, 50% off 100 units. Quantity, probably 100 if I want to move 100 units, but if it was 50, I would put 50, whatever. Then I'll click Create. And I might as well just do it. It's not going to hurt. I'm not going to actually use these. So then it'll say it's creating them. You'll usually have to wait a few minutes. Sometimes you'll only have to wait like 5 seconds. There it is. And then I'm going to download it. And now I get a text file that looks like this up here. This is what it looks like. And you can rename it so it makes sense to you. But all we really want to do is we want to copy all of these. This is your first time setting up these types of codes. One thing that you want to keep in mind is, let's go back to view promotion. Actually, let's go back to our promotions dashboard. Manage promotions. If you just set this code up like right now, like I did, quote unquote, I didn't actually do it, but if I had just, submitted that code, it's not going to show up here. You're going to be like, where's that code I just submitted? They just told you it takes 4 hours to make the code active. So what you can do is, notice these are only active codes or promos, right? You can actually search by pending, and if it hasn't been 4 hours since you submitted that code, created that promo, it would show up here. You can still click in it and go to the manage claim codes and create those single-use coupons that we just did, but you just have to go to the pending section first. They're not going to be active for 4 hours, but you can still get them. Just a side note. All right. This is what it looks like. You copy them, and then you're going to paste them into this document. So all that just to get our claim codes, right? What I usually do is I'll create the promo and I'll go to the pending promotion. I'll copy and paste them in here. I'll actually get my ads set up on Facebook, and then I just won't let it run until they're active. I'll set an alarm in my phone for 4 hours or the next morning or something like that. But that way I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't want to not create my ad until the promos are active and lose those 4 hours. I can still be productive and create my ad while Amazon is going through their 4 hours, window. Okay. So you're going to paste it, and it has like online promo codes and in-store promo codes. Is you just copy and paste the same codes in both columns for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. Just do it. Now, when I do it, just so you know, this is what it looks like. It has all of these extra little deals in there, right? Like, I don't know why it does that. So what I do is I will actually click this, and then I will sort it. And it might not happen on yours. It could just be a Mac thing, because I'm a Mac guy. I use a Mac computer. If I go to data, you can click on filter, and you get this little drop down, and then I just sort all of this stuff in the ascending. It doesn't matter, ascending or descending. Yeah, ascending. And I do not want to expand it to the entire chart. I just want it within that one selection, and it'll actually sort it out like this. So once you're done, it should look like this, and everything should match up. So just look down and make sure that they're the same on the top and the bottom, right? That all the codes match up. Same, great, we're done. Just make sure it's formatted as text, okay? Just those 2 rows. Make sure they match up, save it, you're done. Cool. So the next thing we do is, once it's saved, we're going to upload it here. So I'll click Upload CSV, make sure it's saved in CSV format, which it should be because you just downloaded it and then added some codes and just resaved it. You're not changing the name or anything. So here's our template. We're going to open it, and it should upload. All right, so now it says I have 108 because I didn't really use the codes that we just created. I actually had more. But let's just say it was 100. So I'd put 100 here, and we'll move on. Okay, another funny thing about this whole situation is that because I guess I'm technically zoomed in, because I don't like reading microscopic text, so I always have it zoomed in. If you don't realize you're zoomed in and you think that's the bottom of the page and you can't scroll down anymore, I'm like trying to scroll, you have to go over here to the slide bar. There's a slide bar here, there's a slide bar here, and there's another slide bar over here. Just in case you didn't have enough slide bars. You get tons of slide bars on Facebook. It's kind of stupid and annoying. So just make sure you're zoomed out enough where you can actually slide up and down and get to the very bottom. And this is where it says Terms and Conditions. And that's where you go back to your Word document, and you've got your Terms and Conditions here. So just so you know what it says, get X% off plus free shipping, asterisk, on our top-rated, best-selling, blah, blah, blah. Perfect for blah, 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 blah. Limited quantities available. And then the terms and conditions are asterisk, free shipping for Amazon Prime customers. Because obviously, if they're not Prime, they don't get free shipping. I'm not paying for your shipping. Amazon is. Actually, I kind of am, because Amazon charges me a promo. But that's later. 1 per customer, employees not eligible. That seems kind of random, doesn't it? That actually just builds credibility. It makes it sound like your company is bigger. I don't know. That was Mike's tip. Coupons should be used within 24 hours due to limited quantities available. Again, we want to create scarcity. We don't want them dragging their heels to actually go to Amazon and use the code. So we're just going to copy and paste that here. All right, now we're going to create. So that doesn't create an ad, it just creates the offer with all the promo codes within the ad. So that brings us up here. This is kind of our flow chart. So we've named the objective of the campaign. We chose traffic. We created our offer. The next thing to do is to create an audience. I am not going to spend a long time on audience. I have a custom audience that I use every time. But you can either go through and, let me get out of here. You can create your own audience by choosing locations, choosing a date range, men, women, blah, 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 and then targeting geographic and interests and all this kind of stuff. We have a lookalike audience where we use a company called Managed by Stats, and we've used them for years. And basically what we did is we imported a bunch of their addresses from Managed by Stats into Facebook for thousands and thousands of our customers, and created a lookalike audience. So we have this lookalike audience, and when I'm in the right account, I'll usually just change this to lookalike audience. Your target is around 2 million, is a pretty 2 to 3 million. This is really, really small. This is like 6,100 people. This should be like 2 million, right? So if I get rid of this crap, it'll be the default everybody on Facebook, which is like 2 billion people or whatever that is, 196 million people. No, that's much, much too broad. So our lookalike audience, based on all of this stuff, is 2 million people, right? So your success rate in this is in large part determined by your audience. So spend some time on doing research on your audience. I'm not going to do a whole training on audiences, so please don't ask me a lot of questions about audiences. There's plenty of training on that. I usually start my ad at 10 bucks a day because I'm cheap and I don't want to spend a lot of money, because I want to prove that this ad is actually worth it first. Run my ad, let me zoom back in here because now it's a bit hard to read. Run my ad set continuously starting today. No, I want to start date, sure, today, and I want to end it like everything else, June 4th at 8 p.m. I want everything ending at the same time, so I don't have an ad running on Facebook for offers that have expired, etc., etc. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. It's a good use of my time, right? Clicking all these buttons. All right. So just make sure this corresponds with your promo on Amazon and your campaign and your ad set and everything else. Got it? So this is saying your ad will run for 34 days. 34 days? I chose the wrong month. I was like, what the heck? June 4th at 8 p.m. That's better. Okay. 4 days at about 10 bucks a day. Because it's the middle of the day right now, it's a little more than 4 days, so it'll be no more than that much is how much we're going to spend. 42 bucks. I spend that much on dinner, so that's not a big deal, right? Okay, optimization for link clicks, yes. Now this is where I have had a little bit of an aha moment. So it's defaulted to set up automatic bidding, and the first few ads I ran, I just went with automatic billing, and my average cost per click was like $2.5. It was bad. Then what I started doing is going, screw that. I'm not spending $2 per click to move 50 to 100 units of product that I'm losing money on already because I'm giving such a deep discount. So I chose manual bid, and it says enter a bid based on what link clicks are worth to you, and it gives me this huge suggested bid, and that is absolutely not acceptable. So I changed this to 75 cents. By the way, just so you know, this suggested bid amount will completely change based on what time of day you create this ad. Isn't that weird? So, I mean, this is literally the same. No, it's a different account, so that's, anyway. I've noticed that that varies quite a lot, but I usually started at 75 cents. And the last two ads that I started at 75 cents per click, with a deep discount. The deeper the discount, the cheaper your average cost per click is, because more people are clicking on it in a shorter amount of time, and that somehow means your average cost per click is less because it's optimized better. But also, yeah, you just want to limit how much per click. So my last two ads, I think, were like 24, 25 cents per click, which is a lot better than $2 if I do it this way. That's pretty much it. Continue. And now we are going, so we've gone through all this stuff, budget and schedule, audience, placements. All right, went through all this stuff. Fine. Let's go to the ad itself. All right, you can choose multiple images. You can do a video if you have a short little 30-second video that really talks about how awesome your product is. Dude, video ads are so much better than image ads. Most people don't have a video ad, so in Mike's training, we just said use a single image, and that's kind of how he taught us, so I'm going to do that. If you have never run a Facebook ad anymore, you don't have a library to browse, so you would just upload an image. So when you're creating this, you want to choose an image or edit your image so it's 1200 by 628, and that will fill this whole little rectangular area nicely. So our image is not anywhere near that size. Our image is like 1000 by 1000 for our Amazon. So I had a friend of mine, graphics person, just add some white. We also added this link to, we added this image for Prime and a 5-star thing. So that's the whole image right there. And that adds credibility. It makes so this is not cut off, looks real nice. So that's kind of the image style guide that you want to follow. So you'd upload your image, it would show up. I'm going to upload a wrong image right now just so you can see, oh, and by the way, it says the sizes right here that I've used before, so I could have just done that. This is not a good image because it's not really a product. I'm just using it as an example because I'm in the wrong account. So now you can start to see that your ad's coming together, right? And you know, you can see that it's coming from the right company, all that kind of stuff. You can preview the ad over here. All right, last thing is text. For some reason, they want you to put the text in again, even though you already did it. So it would just be your description again. And depending on how slow your computer is, really? There we go. I don't know if it did it twice. There it is. So now you've got your text there and your title there. Expires Sunday. That gives urgency. Online stores, online and in-store. Be the first. And normally down here when this is live, it'll say 100 offers available, right? Or so-and-so number of offers left. Just go place order, okay? And then it'll say, do you really want to place your order? Yes. That's pretty much about it. Once you're done with that, let's go back here. I'm going to leave this page because I'm not really creating this ad. Go back to your business manager, ads manager. Out of those 88 clicks, I know we moved a good number of units. I don't have the exact number with me, but we got a good boosting in whatever that keyword was. So, and then this is one that we did before that, 24 cents per click. You know, this is one that we did the week earlier, same product, mandolin slicer, but this one was, we didn't give as deep a discount. I think it was like 65%, and we didn't optimize, we didn't do the maximum cost per click, so that one had a much higher cost. Anyway, I'm done talking. So that's kind of the strategy, guys. The more people that click on that, remember they get an email from Facebook with a coupon code. They go buy your product with the coupon code. One thing I do want to let you know is that sometimes they will comment on your ad, so you need to pay attention to your notification. So these folks were like, hey, I didn't get a code, and some people are just tagging their friends. So we need to make sure we answer them and say, oh, I'm sorry, the offer expired, but I'm going to private message you a single use code anyway. We're trying to go above and beyond, but just keep your eye out for these comments.